Hello friends, welcome to Devil's World Recipes. Today, we bring you a very popular recipe from Japan. It's a Japanese cloud or sponge cake, also known as Kasutera. This cake was introduced to Japan by the Portuguese in the 16th century when they were doing trades with Spain and Portugal. And this cake was brought in around the Nabon Boeki period in Japan. Portuguese would travel, or the sailors would travel with this cake because it could be stored for long periods of time. Then they would give it as gifts to the locals or people who would turn to Christianity. Then Japan evolved and developed this cake to something that now is a staple. It's famous all over the place and very popular. I'm going to show you how to do it, so let's get cooking. The ingredients we're going to need are 4 eggs, 1.5 ounces of butter, 1.5 ounces of flour, 5 tablespoons of milk, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 2.1 ounces of granulated sugar, 0.7 ounces of cornstarch, 1 lemon, and confectioner's sugar to decorate. The first step, we're going to separate our eggs, our whites and our yolks. I'm going to put my whites in a bowl and my yolks in a small bowl, as they're going to be part of our mixture. In another bowl, I'm going to add my butter, half of our sugar, and we're going to start creaming them. Once our butter and our sugar is creamed, we're going to add our cream cheese. We're going to keep on mixing until everything incorporates. Using a spatula, we're going to scrape the sides and make sure that everything is mixing properly. At this point, we're going to start adding our yolks one at a time until they're fully combined. We'll keep on adding our yolks one at a time. Then we're going to stop and we're going to sift our flour and our baking powder. This is going to help with the consistency of our cloud cake. We're going to start mixing everything again. The last step, we're going to add our milk. We'll continue mixing until we have our batter ready. Our batter's ready. Now we're going to cut our lemon. I'm going to choose half of it. And we're going to use it with our egg whites. This is going to help stabilizing them. We'll add the juice to our whites in the other bowl. And we're going to start mixing until we create a meringue. This is going to take several minutes. Once they start bubbling, we're going to add the rest of our sugar, and we'll continue mixing until we have our meringue with stiff peaks. You'll know it's ready when the meringue stays in the bowl without moving. Now to our batter, we're going to add the third of our meringue, and using a spatula, we're going to start mixing until everything incorporates. Once we have it mixed, we're going to add another third and repeat the process. We want to combine them smoothly so we don't lose all that air. I prepare my mold. It's a 6" by 4". I put a piece of parchment at the bottom, and I'm going to butter the sides. This is going to help us when we remove our cloud cake. Now we're going to add the batter to our mold. And we don't want it to be all the way to the top. Normally we need to leave like 3/4 to 1 inch at the top. Using a stick, I'm going to remove, making sure to remove as much air as possible. And then we're going to tap it a couple of times. In another pan, I'm going to add hot water, as this cake we're going to bake it in a bain-marie or a water bath. Now I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. We're going to put our cake in, and we're going to bake it for 15 minutes at 400 degrees, and then we're going to start reducing the temperature.
Our Japanese cloud cake is in the oven, and before we turn our temperature down, it's a perfect time for you to click on subscribe to our channel. If you don't want to miss any videos, click on the bell to get notifications. Also, leave us your comments and ask us for any recipe that you would like us to try. And at the end of this video, give us a like. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And now, let's get back to our Japanese cloud cake.
After 15 minutes, we're going to reduce the temperature to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to let it cook for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, we're going to turn off our oven, and we're going to let our cake rest for another 40 minutes. After the 40 minutes, we're going to remove our cake from the oven. We're going to put it in a cooling rack and let it sit for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, our cake shrinks a little bit and it will come out of the mold by itself. We're going to remove the piece of parchment from the bottom, and look at that. To decorate, we're going to use some confectioner's sugar on the top, and this cake is ready. I can't wait. We're going to cut a slice. Look at that fluffy texture.
So we finished baking our Japanese cloud cake. It didn't come out as perfect as I wanted to, but my house is really cold. Still, smells delicious, so let's give it a try.
Wow. So light and airy. It's really good. You need to try this recipe out, and we'll see you next time.